here at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Today, a good battle in the AFC. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. Mike Tirico and Gxlden with you. Evan McPherson getting this one started. Off we go from Cincinnati. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here come the Patriots, and Greg, they are led by their second-year quarterback, the number 3 overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. It's Drake May.
There's a lot of people that are really high on this young quarterback, Mike, and for good reason. Got good experience last year, albeit on a bad team, made 12 starts as a rookie, but now he can come into training camp and come into the season understanding this is my team. I'm the future of this franchise, and if they want to compete within that division, they're going to have to get great quarterback play from Drake May.
And that play gets nothing, so no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. Again, it's Henderson. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
On third and long, here's May. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the veteran. Still go. Former Super Bowl MVP, comeback player of the year in 2023. It's Joe Flacco.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proving to be a really hard team to beat.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
To number 5, T. Higgins. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's second and 2. From the gun, it's Flacco. To the sideline, that is caught, but he's out of bounds. They tried to get him into space, coming out of the backfield, but instead it's incomplete and third down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete. This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
So on fourth down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. That's Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. This brought in out past the 20. them to a short return. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
Tackle made by B.J. Hill. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here is 2nd down and 5. Once more, it's Henderson, who managed to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Veteran Trey Hendrickson there on the stop.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and 2. Here we go. Working out of the gun, it's May. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Well, I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single 1st down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait to their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Bengals offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Flacco. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
To the air on 2nd down. Here's Flacco. Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. A first catch there for Chase. And he's got a 1st down to go with it.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
They'll run here with Brown. He finds a seam, a good run. Up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. From the shotgun, here is Flacco. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Third and 7. Now Flacco. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. And so far, 2 drives, 2 punts, no first downs. Not a winning formula as they start drive number 3. Off the play fake, it's May. Open man, that's the tight end, Hunter Henry. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Here's a toss left side for Henderson. And the defense strings him out. He'll fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side with Henderson. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop him for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. What a big play there for New England. 41 yards.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
The most valuable real estate on the field, Mike, that every offense is trying to attack is the middle of the field. So when you have a tight end who's as good as this guy and you can get vertical down the middle, man, that is a nightmare for these defenses to deal with.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On 2nd down, it's May. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Gun, here's May. In trouble, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On 4th down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriot field goal. It'll be a 44-yard attempt. His kick is perfect. And the Patriots will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Charlie Jones now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. And Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's Brown. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Robert Spillane spills him there.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Flacco. Short one here to Hudson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Third and short, here is Flacco. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
The Patriots offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10.
Go, take it to the house. Play home. Bravo! Shit!
They quickly out to Diggs. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 27-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's May. He's found his receiver, Butte. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. What a big play there for New England. 36 yards.
That's good for a Patriots.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And he'll work this down inside the 35. Demetrius Knight there on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Quick hitting slant there, and they will take him down at the 20-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
That is quickly out to Diggs.
May's pass complete to number 8, Stephon Diggs. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bengals' 14-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Handoff, and it's Henderson. And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for 1st down, 1st and goal.
A gain of 9
2nd down at the these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And they'll run it here with Stevenson. And nothing develops there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line.
Second and goal. Off the bootleg. Here's May. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
And it was really the pressure that threw that play off, Mike. I mean, he tries to counter the blitz by going to the quick game, which is fine, but it just seemed like they weren't necessarily on the same page and results in a drop.
They'll try and throw. Here's May. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Pats, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Jones now on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Bengals offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Carry here for Brown. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here. His ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
On the ground, it's Brown. And that one going to be closed down the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line, and next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
Flacco going to throw on 3rd and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
There's no need to do anything reckless. It's 3rd and long. The opportunity to convert this is probably slim, so there was nothing open downfield. I think he makes the smart decision here, Mike. Avoid the negative play and throw the ball away.
Here's Ryan Rico now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. On the return is Jones. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. May gonna look to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
brings up second and
He's usually
10.
such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
This one complete right side. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Third down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
And he will have a Patriots first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down, but this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
Let's get this point.
One quarter in the books. 6-0 is our score. Greg and I back here in Cincinnati after this. Time for the second quarter. Patriots with the football from the 46. Here's 2nd and 9 as we are ready to get back underway. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the
This is clinic
39-yard
tape
line.
for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A loss of a yard.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like you might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
They'll try to hit him with a screen. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Patriots will open up a 9-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. Jones now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. nice place for the drive to start. The Bengals offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Flacco. He'll swing this one out to Brown. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Here is Flacco. Sending it downfield for Fant. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
On 3rd down, here's Flacco. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he is out of bounds. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
First down, Cincinnati.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
Throwing again, it's Flacco. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
To the air once more, it's Flacco. That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack. That might take them out of field goal range.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Here's the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Patriots offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Throwing now is May. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And he is taken down, but not before they're able to get it out of danger, up past the 25.
For a Patriots.
Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be. All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He'll get this out to Henderson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and sets up third down.
That's a gain of
Defensive
3.
coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Here's 3rd and 7. May to throw again. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
Sets up
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. The Bengals offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Flacco to throw. The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 4. The tight end Fant in motion. And they'll bring this up to the 48-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
At his 48-yard line, a gain of 9 yards, and a Bengal 1st down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
On the play fake, here's Flacco. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, it's Flacco. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here is Flacco. Pushed by Higgins, who makes the grab. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down mark.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Patriots offense and Drake May making their way back out. And he's had things all his way in the 1st half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. On play action, here's May. Oh, the ball's out. And it is recovered by the Bengals.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
The Bengals offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Flacco. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. To throw is Flacco. He'll set up the screen to Brown. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. Athletic training staff looking at him, so will step us up. This is 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Flacco. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out. Not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on. And I can tell you firsthand, like, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. On the return, Travion Henderson. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. Open man, Demario Douglas. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right 3rd. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
That's another
A pickup there of 13. 1st down, New England.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Henderson. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
The tackle by Demetrius Knight. A 7-yard pickup. brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
2nd down and 3. We're going to put a man in motion to the right. On 2nd down, it's May. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
A gain of 4 yards.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Try the right side with Henderson. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Throwing on 2nd down. May. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Kayshawn Boutte was the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll try to sneak it here, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
May now on 1st and 10. He's found his receiver, Boutte. And the Patriots are going to have it 1st and goal. He's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Here's a run. A short kick down to the 7.
Ramondre Stevenson, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 7-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's close to the goal line, but didn't get in. Good job to make sure he doesn't cross the plane. And now it's 3rd and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. That one didn't have a chance, Mike. They do a great job of getting penetration, clogged up the run lanes, and now this offense has a decision to make here on 4th down.
Interesting decision. A field goal makes it a 2-score game. They're going to keep the hammer down and go for it on 4th and goal. This caught, and he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more, and they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. Tight end motioning left. Now Brown. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. Now it's 2nd and 1. Here's the toss as they look to run. And he's going to give ground and lose yardage here. Back to the 6.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant. And once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
The tight end Fant in motion. 3rd and short. Here is Flacco. He's got a man. That's the tight end sample. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Flacco. They'll look to set up the screen here. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield. Going to get a stoppage here. We have an injured Bengal on the field. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Flacco to throw. Open is Sample down the field. They hook up again. 2nd time on this drive. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. 3rd and long. To the air again is Flacco. That's complete. It's Yosibach. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts. 3rd and 14. A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with the sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
Flacco to throw on 2nd down. Back into the hands of Yosibach. So now the Bengals use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop at 21 seconds to go until halftime. Looking to convert for the 3rd time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. Now Flacco. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think if you're willing to throw it there, it tells us everything we need to know about the decision coming up here on 4th down. He didn't have anything available, threw it away, and I think in this part of the field, you got to really think hard about going for it.
Motion man is the tight end going right. They'll indeed go. It's Flacco. And he's not going to get away. They shot him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down. And in motion, it's Diggs. Here's May to throw it on first down. Who outs another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. To throw on first down is May. He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he brings this back all the way to midfield. The Bengals offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a first down. On the play fake, here's Flacco. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Patriots' 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, it's Flacco. He'll step up and run, and they'll take this down inside the 35. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
First down, Bengals.
And he just continues to show the ability to extend drives with his legs. It's not something people immediately bring up when they talk about him, Mike, but as we've seen, he's more than capable of making something happen whenever the opportunity presents itself.
You'll find Brown out of the backfield. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, here is Flacco. Open man, that's Charlie Jones. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down. From the gun, it's Flacco. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete. Trying to connect with Chase Brown on that one. And that will lead to a second down.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
To the air once more, it's Flacco. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag
Pass
comes in
interference.
late.
Defense.
He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic first down.
He can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They bring Chase in motion. Throwing again, it's Flacco. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
3rd and 2, and it's Flacco. Open is the tight end, Hudson. And he's in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, the play fake gets its job done, and so too does the tight end. Always a great target down there, as you know, Greg, near the end zone.
And this is where, Mike, so many tight ends do their damage. Down here in the goal line where the threat of run gets so much attention. And oftentimes, it just takes the slightest hesitation by a defender. You see a tight end pop wide open, and in this case, results in the touchdown.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bengals have taken the lead by a point here in the 3rd.
Patriots 9.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Here's May. He'll go underneath to Henderson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
It's the tight end, Henry, in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. May. He'll spot Henry. Open downfield. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 65 yards.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
I think that's just a coverage bust defensively, Mike. Somehow they lost track of the big tight end as he's getting vertical. By the time they realize it, he's already in position to make the play. Big-time pitch and catch brings up first and goal.
Henderson. Try to push forward, but only a yard. Down to the 2.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Once more, Henderson. And this time, he's in. Travion Henderson. Touchdown, Patriots. It felt like they needed a touchdown. Greg, in the worst way, after getting those early field goals to find the end zone. Big boost for this offense.
And it felt like they really needed it, as you said, Mike, to come away with 3 previous drives ending in field goals and not being able to cross it over the goal line for 6. It starts to wear on you as an offense. You start having a little doubt saying, hey, can we finish any of these drives? Now they finally do, and we can expect this to kind of start to roll throughout the rest of this game.
The Patriots will
Stevenson gonna try and run. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Bengals offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll stick with him again. To tackle him at the 38, but that run is good enough to pick up the 1st down.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
He'll swing this one out to Brown. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
On the RPO, it's a throw, and it's Higgins. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw, it's Flacco. He's got a receiver. It's Chase. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. And the Bengals going to have a 1st down.
1st down, Bengals.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. 2 straight hookups. This one good for 10 yards.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That throwaway certainly isn't ideal in this situation, especially when you're trailing at this stage of the game, but no damage done. Move on to the next play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Flacco gonna throw again. The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. And the Bengals are gonna have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. A pickup of 10, and it's gonna set up 1st and goal. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. Brown, and he's gonna go backwards, taken down at the 6.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
2nd and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line. Now Flacco. That is caught by the tight end. Drew Sample. Touchdown, Bengals. The tight end using the middle of the field. I got a tight end next to me who's caught 60 NFL touchdowns, knows how to operate down in those spaces.
And that was my favorite place to operate, Mike. I always had this rule. The closer you got to the middle of the field, the worse they got at defending the pass. So that's where I wanted to work, and that's where this guy was working and leads himself to a touchdown.
The offense staying put. They will go for 2.
The Bengals will line up.
Here's Flacco. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Patriots 15.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. On the return, Travion Henderson. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense and Drake May making their way back out. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. first and 10. He'll get this out to Henderson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second and 8. Out of the gun, here's May. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
On the give, it's Henderson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line, and for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run, there's no holes for the back to find, and all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
A gain there of 11. Good for a Patriots first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch. And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. And third down coming up.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception, and the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped.
Open man is Douglas. It's complete. They gain 18 yards on that one. First down, New England.
That's another Patriots.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Here's May again. Pass completed to Douglas. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He's taken down just shy of the 10. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
That one taken in by Douglas. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On the handoff, Henderson. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
It's the quarterback with a sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Drake May. Touchdown, New England. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Pats have taken a 4-point advantage.
22. Bengals 18.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to take over once again. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Flacco. To the left side, caught by Chase. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
A gain of
12
12.
yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here is Flacco. Right back to Chase. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
36 yards.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. 36 yards.
And Mike, I think as they try to find themselves clawing back in this game, they're going to have to make a concentrated effort here in the second half to continue to get him involved. Give him opportunities in space with the ball in his hand, and chances are, when he has it, good things happen.
And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
To the air again is Flacco. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Andre Yosifov. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage. Great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone because, as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
McPherson now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Bengals go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3.
Patriots 22.
TD on is McPherson to kick this one away. On the return, Travion Henderson. And he stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Patriots offense and Stephon Diggs heading back out on the field. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, it's May. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson. And the Bengals are going to get the ball to start the 2nd quarter as time expires here in the 1st. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Fourth quarter gets underway, and it's a run by Brown. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
Made at the 12-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Brown. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Flacco. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up 4th down.
So out now, Evan McPherson in a big spot. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Patriots offense and Drake May making their way back out. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Working out of the gun. It's May. Throw on the run is complete. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
1st and 10 at the
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Just a little too much east and west there for my liking. I understand what they're trying to do, getting the ball out on the perimeter, but on these early downs, plant your foot and get downhill. Great job by the defense stringing it out, and they're able to force them down for a loss.
May to throw on 2nd down. Pass caught right side by Henry. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
3rd and 10.
May gonna look to throw. Back complete to Henderson. 11 yards on the connection there. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
It's a gain of 11.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and
1st and 10
the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
more yards.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
22-yard line.
May to the air once more. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Bengals' 20-yard line.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 8. Throw again is May. That is hauled in at the 5. And the Patriots are looking at a 1st and goal. He takes it all the way down to the 2.
That's another Patriots 1st down.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible. Well, after being stopped for no gain on 1st down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question. 2nd and goal from the 2, what do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till 3rd down to air the ball out. So if they want to take a shot at the end zone, I think it's got to be here on 2nd and goal.
Stevenson will take this one in. Touchdown, Patriots. The game-tying touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this 4th quarter lead.
Rodriguez now for the extra point. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Bengals 28.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Bengals offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Brown. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Flacco to throw on 2nd down. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
To throw is Flacco. He's got a man. That's the tight end sample. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. You know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
44-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. Here's Flacco. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable and just line up and snap it again.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. That one pulled in. Mitchell Tinsley. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Patriots offense and Stephon Diggs heading back out on the field. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
He's brought down by Barrett Carter. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
On play action, here's May. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and He's able to pick up a nice gain.
Third and short. And here is May. And he's going to get there. He got the first down. Not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
4 yards. And the Patriots first down.
And at this stage of the game, every first down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
Trey Hendrickson on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. They'll go play action with May. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
7-yard gain.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
They'll run on first down with Stevenson. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Trey Hendrickson on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
Here's May. There's a short one to Hooper. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Open man, right side, he's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Not much happening there, just a short gain.
He was brought down by Miles Murphy. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 9. From out of the gun, here's May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice coverage there defensively, and here you find yourself in a one-score game, Mike. He understands the value of protecting the ball. Really smart decision. Throw it away, snap it again.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? To throw now, May. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. It's the tight end Henry in motion. They're going. It's May. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
Is a turnover on down.
Jamar Chase headed back out there along with the rest of his Bengal teammates. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. One of the tight ends motions right. A carry here for Brown. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
From the shotgun, here is Flacco. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Gain of 13 yards.
Call it a gain of 13. It's a Cincinnati first down. Tight end going in motion here. They'll drop to throw. He'll swing this one out to Brown. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
They'll come up for second and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Flacco. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Now the Patriots are going to use their first timeout. It'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. This crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before third and inches. Throwing again, it's Flacco. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game. And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. A return now from the 4. They'll get across the 20, mark them down at the 23-yard line. So now, Drake, May, and the Patriots down by 2, 80 seconds to go. Their lead has evaporated, but they still have a shot. It's first down. Working out of the gun, it's May. That is caught downfield by Douglas. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. A gain there of 27 yards.
First and 10.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
New England going to take their second timeout. Clock is stopped. 47 seconds left here in the fourth.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's first and 10. Now May, and He got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Big play in the game right here. It's third down. Here's May again. He's got his man. It's Diggs. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their second. And it comes with 36 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They'll come up for first and 10. May to throw again. There's that man again. Another catch. So now the Bengals use their third and final timeout. Clock stops with 33 seconds remaining.
At the 14-yard line.
Second down and 8. They'll run with Stevenson. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
So a big spot looming here for Andres Borregales. This a potential game winner. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
Well, there's no more pressure-filled spot for a kicker than that one right here, Mike. I mean, it's very simple. You make it, you win. You miss it, you lose. And what's he do? He comes through to not only give his team the lead, but most likely the victory.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's first down. From the gun, it's Flacco. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
He was defended by Marcus Jones.
They'll try again here. It's second and 10. Now Flacco. That is incomplete with 1 second left on the clock.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments in the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Here we go. One final play. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So it's a win for the Patriots. This one went all the way down to the wire. Late field goal with zeros on the clock seals the deal. As they come from behind, they may feel like they stole this one. They get the victory on the game's final play. So that'll do it for us. For Gxlden and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.